Morning guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric self-therapeutic blah blah project. If you would like a more in-depth introduction and summary as to what we do here on this channel, trying to fix up my voice, you can just check out my previous live streams for the past 3.5 years. And it will cover all the breakdown from the domains of life to how we work through life and how it's supposed to be an analogy for management. And with that being said, all that we're just gonna skip ahead. Forget about the schedule, forget about the music. If you want, you can find it there. The next maybe 10 minutes, that's about how long this live stream is going to be. It's going to be very physical, and that's because I'm actively working. You can see in the title, just based off the title, what you see is what you get, right? And it says it's very cryptic. You can see a lot of emojis there and a lot of numbers standing for work, letters, food, debt. Basically, if I were to take action on one of the executables, one of the task list items I had, which you can see on my previous live streams, so I'll just list it on a dashboard on the side. In fact, I show you a picture right now, a screenshot to give an example. One of these task actions, of course, had to do with me turning the live streams into something useful. And one of those commitments was to make sure that I actually do. I just put the priority on doing instead of talking about it or thinking about it, just doing it. And so that's what we're doing right now. So what is the first thing that has to happen is that I have roughly about 5 different things that I need to do in this live stream, and they all have to do with the fact that I need to get to work on time. Somewhat. The point is, the first thing we'll do, let's get up, okay? And we'll break down the room into the variety of different segments. So we have this region D1 here, a huge mess. Region B, another mess. Region A7, another mess. And there are some high priority things that I need to do so that I can get to work, so that I can get to HR at my workplace, have food for the rest of the day, make sure that I also cover some tech items that I need to start using, really start testing out and talking about in the next 2 days, and also put some debt food items, some debt payment back into the hands of people who I've been taking stuff from, and that's what we have to cover in the next 10 minutes. So we're going to start off with I guess we'll start with the debt items. So it's very simple. I covered in previous live stream that I've been into this stress-induced binge eating that plays into domestic household issues I've had for the past 3 decades. And so I'm going to try to return these 2 things here that I've eaten on. I purchased new ones. I already purchased more and have them downstairs from the previous week. From maybe 2-3 days ago, which I covered yesterday's live stream, so I don't have to worry about that. But this stuff here is new stuff that I need to put away and put into the hands of the people I took food from. Again, lots of insecurities and problems, being real, genuine, honest. That's something I have to do on stream. After all, this is a time capsule, and it's a lot more than that, but part of it's a time capsule, so I have to be honest and cover the ugly parts of life. So I'm gonna put this back into the hands of people who are taking things away from. Next thing, so after this, of course, the debt is completely eliminated, symbolically speaking. When it comes to my own insecurities, I feel much more comfortable now when I put these back into the hands of the people I've been taking from. Okay, next, just kind of returning. Next thing, tech. Let's talk tech. So we have some items here that I want to start using and testing out, and it's important that I show it on camera first, so that I can actually take it out. You can see that I didn't even wait. This one is so exciting for me, because for the live stream that I actually want to have colorful lights. Like, you take a look right now, this is kind of like the warm light. It's not very bright, but most importantly, I don't really care if it's bright. It's just that I want to get a certain atmosphere on my live streams, and whether it's red, blue, or green, this is like one of those smart bulbs you can get, except it's from a dollar store. So it's incredible how we have moved on to today, to places where we can just go to pick up a light bulb that switches color in just about, for $4. And there's this kind of remote control thing. I took it out, I tested it out. It's quite dim even when you put it to the max setting, but we're still talking about that tomorrow morning. So this is stuff that I'll have to take out. And in fact, if I turn around to the side over to A7 here, at the very back, A6, we have this light bulb here that belongs inside this lamp post. So I took it out and I tested I compared it. This one's about 200 lumens. That one says 400, and it's noticeably brighter. Even that light bulb, I believe, is a lot less. It's a lot dimmer than the one up here. And so this one, I don't know, maybe 600 or something. That one's 400, and these are only 200, so it's very dim lighting. But anyways, now that I've covered this, I can put this back inside there, and it's a light bulb that's actually from a previous tenant. Again, 5 different tenants in this household. I'm just one of them, and she gave me that light, and so I'm going to put that back in after having tested this, which we'll probably do tomorrow's live stream. So interesting stuff. So that's tech, urgent tech anyways. There's some 2 other things here I want to just allude to that I won't be able to get to today, but there's a stylus pen that I want to use, especially at my workplace if I'm going to work on this project, as well as the work at my workplace. And then we have this motion activated spotlight, which I have some interesting ideas about. Alright, next we have to cover food, so we're moving on to slightly more important things one by one, because this is the stuff I have to bring to work. This bag here, so I have to take all this kind of junk here that obviously I purchased yesterday. We'll cover this tomorrow morning. So all this kind of stuff and drinks and stuff like that, I'm going to move up and just leave maybe, which one should I leave? Maybe I'll take the orange one to work, and then I'll move all the rest here, all the drinks here, over to D2, and oh shit, it's all falling down. You know what, whatever, I'll fix it up on stream later on. But this is D2, basically where we keep all the kind of drinks and stuff like that, and meal replacements, so that if I'm cased, and this happens a lot where I don't have any lunch, I don't have any dinner set, I'll just grab something here and move to work. Okay, now speaking about work, so now this is kind of free and ready now. We can put, oh shit, so in D1 we had these bananas here from the previous day. And like I said, so this stuff here, I have one banana here. Once with the banana peel, I finished that. The remaining banana, I'll take it to work with the orange drink. We also have some trash here that's to be discarded. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning when we take out all the trash there too. So next, move on to the side here. What else should I bring to work? Okay, so I noticed that these health supplements are not packaged the way like they should be. And so they really belong inside there. I have to do that. I have to mention that today I didn't eat any breakfast, unfortunately. So we were talking about work, right? So that's my workplace. So let's move on to the 3rd or 4th topic, actually. Covered food, we covered depth, we covered tech. Now, slightly more important, right? So when it comes to my workplace, I just mentioned right now that, in D2 are the items I would bring to work typically. I resigned. That's right, I resigned. And so this one's going to be it's kind of painful, obviously. I'm talking about this. My colleagues have been nothing short but of like family. That's part of the culture that they have there anyways. And so in a sense, I don't know. You think about these things, right, when you're doing it, and it hurts a lot more than when you just imagine doing it. And you know it's going to happen, and you're going to have to do it anyways. But I guess maybe a couple months down the road, or maybe just a couple of weeks, maybe if they find someone in 3 weeks, and I leave, I guess there won't be a reason for me to keep this stuff here anymore, because I won't be going anywhere. And it's just kind of I didn't really let it sink in yet. It didn't sink in yet, and it's just starting to sink in now, right? The change in my habits that will have to be made, the things that I won't have to do anymore. I'm just gonna start to miss, I'm gonna miss seeing my colleagues, and yeah, things are just going to change. It's just routine, and it's always painful in the moment. So let's turn on to the side here, and I have this envelope here because we're talking about work and how I resigned. This is a clipboard, right, from my university days, and here I have written the letter. There's a second draft of the letter. If I turn it to the back, there's the address, so I'm not going to write anything there. I'm not going to show it to the camera, but basically all this stuff here, I've written my resignation letter, the second version here. And today I was on my laptop here in A7. I sent the formal draft of the resignation. Last week's was very impulsive, and it wasn't very impulsive. I decided on this over a year ago that I would resign, but the fact is, when I did resign last week, it was with a kind of I just wrote up the resignation letter based off of a draft that I've been keeping on my laptop for a while. So it wasn't really good. It was missing a lot of key components, but at the end of the day, it was good enough. And so I just made some minor revisions, and this is the second draft of the resignation letter to my employees. To my colleagues. And again, the employees and staff over there are like family to me, and I'm grateful, forever grateful for them. And I just don't feel like I've done enough, especially right now when they're so busy. I just can't even be there because of all these domestic issues that have resulted in my own incompetence and my irresponsibility, and I have to take a handle of this. And I strongly believe they can find someone better. Okay. So with that being said, that's what this envelope is, and I'm gonna fold away this envelope, right? Just kind of fold it in and put inside this clipboard so it doesn't get all scrumpled up when I put it in the work bag. And put this inside the work bag, and then I'm gonna take it to work and hand it in. Typically, I'm gonna start arriving earlier than the office admin people, so I'm just gonna place it onto her desk, or maybe right now during COVID, not a good idea. I'll leave it on her chair, and then she can decide how to open it or whatever. And then I'll call her when she does arrive and say the letter's already there. If you would like to speak in person, of course, we can set an appointment. Okay, that's workplace. I recognize in title I should probably say relationships, since I guess my colleagues are a lot more than just colleagues, right? But still. Anyways, I left the things that I wanted to say, like whatever I needed to say most urgently in there. There's a lot to say in terms of gratitude, but I can't express all of it. So whatever's there is there. Next is lights, letters, food, debt. Covered everything. One last check here. Is there anything that I need to do? Okay, good. I missed this. I do want to cover this in some depth. For tomorrow morning, I want to, maybe wash this toothbrush. So there's a lot of stuff here that has to do with the dentist that I've known for past 20 years, and I need to swap that around. So when it comes to that, I'll probably need to, I don't know, maybe I'll just stay up for tomorrow morning. I don't have a lot of time. I'm late for work already. Once again, it's nuts how this has been a recurring theme for almost 9 months now. But at least today, it'll be, I don't know what it'll be. It'll be better. It's this time, at least I'm before, at least this time, I'm within this kind of 1 hour time gap. Let's say I'm arriving at 7, at least I'm there before 8, which I haven't been for the past 9 months, whatever. This is Ahn Rho Project. Don't be like me. I hope to see a better version of you as well as myself the next morning tomorrow, and hopefully, the take-home message is, of course, to take care of your health, your finances, yourself. Make sure you become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual, unlike, what you're seeing here. And take care of the people that you love, okay? The best way you can do that is to make sure you're yourself capable of standing on your own 2 feet, solve the problems, challenges, obstacles in your life, basically what I do here on my channel. Reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that you set for yourself, okay? Maybe that's something special for your spouse, for your kids, for your grandkids. I don't know who's watching right now. Well, nobody's watching right now, I'm pretty sure. But the fact is, that's that. And do what's important. And I'll see you in the next live stream. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Ciao.